If you are as much of a fan of small towns as I am, I invite you to Konstancin-Jeziorna, a true resort town with healing springs, historic villas, and the calming natural atmosphere. And the best part is just 20 kilometers from Warsaw. Curious how the local elite relax? Let's find out. Konstancin-Jeziorna is indeed a resort town, the only one in the entire Mazovian voivodeship. People come here for peace, greenery and healing. You can reach it by bus, 710 from the center of Warsaw. The trip takes about an hour. From Warsaw, where we came from, it took us around 45 minutes. By car, it's only a matter of minutes. The town has about 22,000 residents, which is roughly half the size of Żyrardów, another small Polish town near Warsaw we've already visited together. We'll start with the most pleasant spot, Zdrojowy Park. It's the very heart of the town, peaceful, green, filled with birdsong and squirrels jumping around everywhere. Look, there is fun. Just a minute ago, 5 squirrels were racing side by side. And that's what I love about small towns. It's almost 8 a.m., right in the center, yet there is not a single person around. As we walk and enjoy nature, it's worth knowing this place has quite a story. It all began with the Podolitsky family, who owned these lands and wanted to create a health resort here, something like a garden city. Later, Count Skurzewski inherited the area and named it after his mother, Konstancia. That's how Konstancin appeared. Nearby there was a village called Jeziorna, named after the Jeziorka river flowing through here. Over time, Konstancin, Jeziorna and a few other villages merged, and that's how the spa town we are exploring today was born. It all started in the late 19th century, when Warsaw's elite began building gorgeous villas here. Not just summer houses, but real palaces. Some of them are still preserved, I'll show you soon. And here is one of the main attractions. The Tężnia. It looks like a huge wooden construction, but it's actually an open-air inhalation system. A saline solution is pumped up from a depth of 1,750 meters, and as it trickles down, it releases a salt aerosol into the air. Walking next to it isn't just beautiful, it's healthy too. This air is believed to help with respiratory issues and strengthen the immune system. That's why both locals and tourists come here to breathe it in. We are getting healthier just by walking around. So yes, we got our wellness session. We stood next to the mushroom, that structure where the salty aerosol comes out, and you can really feel it on your hands, even as a salty taste in your mouth. Hopefully it's doing some good. The sign says it's recommended to stay near the mushroom for up 15 minutes, inside the tower for up 3 hours, and around it up to 8 hours. So we'll stroll a bit more and soak up the benefits while we can. Can't say it's super comfortable to stand there among other people, a bit awkward for me, and if you don't feel like paying 15 zlotys, you can actually stand just behind the fence, literally a couple of meters away, and still breathe the same air. Leaving the tower, we walked along the river. I feel like a slightly salted cucumber now. The park is great for a riverside stroll, watching the meadows, meeting the local swan if you're lucky, and listening to the unbelievably loud birdsong. If you are a regular person, you can of course stop by any local cafe or restaurant, but I am on a strict diet, so I had to bring my own food. Here's my little lunch kit, rice and eggs. That's life. Now let's talk about the villas, the real highlight of Konstancin-Jeziorna and what draws most visitors here. I counted around 10, though there are definitely more. Not all are marked on the map. Among the most famous is the villa of Stefan Żeromski, a renowned Polish writer who lived here with his family. The house still stands and now serves as a museum. Another unmissable spot, Villa Les Fleurs. The name already sounds elegant, doesn't it? and in the interior is just as refined. Today it's a private museum with hundreds of glowing Google reviews, a true must-see for art lovers. The collection was created by Marek Roefler, founder of the real estate company Dantex, who restored the villa and filled it with works by Polish and Jewish artists, mainly from the Paris School. Inside you'll find 2 exhibition halls and a sculpture garden. Entrance for is Lotus. It's open on Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays only. There are many more villas, each prettier than the next. And thanks to the drone, we can actually appreciate how stunning they look from above. 10 villas. Yeah, right. It honestly feels like they're on every corner, as if there were over 100. Here's one villa. Across the street is another. Some are historical, others are private residences, but all fascinating to explore. There are also hotels here, starting at around 200 zlotys per night, or you can rent an apartment for 300-400 zlotys. And of course, visit local wellness centers. Remember, it's a spa town after all. Konstancin-Jeziorna's elite reputation isn't exaggerated. Over the years, its residents included famous Polish actors, writers, philosophers, doctors, artists, educators, and journalists. Their names might not mean much unless you are Polish and in the loop, but here's a list of some honorary citizens, just for curiosity's sake. The town and its surroundings have also been featured in over 30 films and TV series, and even in literature. In 1975, poet and playwright Miron Białoszewski stayed in a local sanatorium, and later wrote a detailed diary about his days here. It's not only the villas that are beautiful, they are gardens too. I especially love the abundance of pine trees, and I noticed 2 balanced sculptures that must be by Jerzy Kindziora, the same artist who created the famous wizard monument in Lublin. His style is unmistakable. Not all villas are in great condition though. Some are completely ruined and hard to film behind fences and barriers, but still fascinating to see. Personally, I love both the elegant and the abandoned ones. There is something magical in both. You are not allowed to enter, post ads, or park near it. And that's how many stickers there are. But there is an ad. I have questions. Fun fact, there is even a Villa Nike. I checked the info. It was built in 1934, originally yellow and recently restored. And this is what the Northern home looks like. Pretty nice, right? It feels like something straight out of a movie. But there is more. Konstancin also has a shopping center with history. Stara Papiernia. Once this was an actual paper factory, supplying paper to the Polish king himself. Important documents, including the Constitution of May 3rd, were printed on it. Over the centuries, the mill survived fires, ownership changes and closures, but, as we love to say, revitalization happened. The factory was restored, its industrial style preserved, and today it's a chic complex with shops, cafes and restaurants, full of atmosphere. Nearby you can still see other original factory buildings. In fact, Konstancin once had 2 paper mills, Dolna Papiernia, lower, and Górna Papiernia, upper. The upper one became today's shopping center, while the lower remains in sad condition. Restoration is planned, but for now it feels eerie and melancholic. Near the factory you can walk around the pond and admire the neo-Gothic church next door, which, seen from above, is shaped like a cross. Right by the pond there is even a wake park. 15 minutes on a wakeboard cost 50-60 zlotys. And around Konstancin-Jeziorna you'll find plenty of natural areas for hiking and cycling. The Hojnów Landscape Park, Middle Vistula Valley, Obory Nature Reserve and more. But honestly, it's just as enjoyable to wander the town's quiet streets among blooming gardens and pine trees. In some moments Konstancin reminds me of Nowy Targ, in others of Żyrardów. The town literally smells of pine, lilac and sometimes even barberry. It was a full day and a fascinating new discovery. Tell me in the comments, have you heard of this place, been here already, or maybe it's now on your list? I'm so glad I came. After 25,000 steps, I feel completely recharged with this mix of nature and elegance. You can keep exploring other charming Polish towns on my channel, and see you very soon. Bye!